Welcome everyone to the first edition of our Big Brother podcast, Have Nots podcast. We're going to be doing this every week, every Sunday night. We've planned out. So after the show on Sunday nights, we'll be talking about Big Brother with you guys. Hopefully, we'll have some special guests this year. And we're going to start by talking about the house this year. Now, Wheelz, you have the live feeds. So you got a tour of the house. What did you think of it?
Not only did I get like a tour of the house from the feeds, but also from every year tonight. But it's always like a minute of showing the house, and that's not enough to show us what that luxurious house looks like this year.
I'm sure
and that's
this year.
Yeah. I don't know. You said you've looked at the pictures, haven't you, of the house?
Yeah, I saw the glass patio thing. I don't know what that was. Like a
okay, Julie said it's basically outside the HOH room, which no surprise, but it goes across the whole ceiling. Like it's attached to the other wall now, so when you're walking, you can look down into the kitchen through the floor.
That's kind of cool.
And they can look up at you. So I'm sitting there thinking, one, the really bad man inside of me. When
don't wear a dress.
There's some perverted guys in that house going, go ahead and walk up to the HOH room. It'll be fine. Go ahead, walk with that skirt. It's fine. So that was the bad side of me doing.
No dresses in the Big Brother house this year.
Right. And I looked at this house and I looked at the tour.
For that matter, MC Hammer pajama pants. Don't wear those either.
Hey, I don't care. I mean, I think I wouldn't mind some pajama pants like that. And we'll even talk about that. I applied this year, and looking at this house, I'm mad that I couldn't be in this.
You had mentioned your favorite room in the house. Let's talk about that.
Oh, my favorite room in the house, and I'm sorry, Bobby, with me. It's now that I found out more about the room. It is the room of the Wrestling Mayhem show / boss battle /
Panel Riot.
Definitely. Why? Because it's a comic book room with Lucha Libre ties to it. It's a comic book room. I went, why? Why not pick me this year? Or one of us from the show?
I didn't even apply, and I was like, they should have picked me.
Right? See? I'm like,
are they gonna have comic books in the room to read?
I doubt it, because they don't want the outside world. And from what it looked like from the tour, Julie showed the one. I remember one because there was a Lucha Libre chair in that chair. It has Lucha Max all over it, and went, I want that chair.
That's awesome.
But I've noticed something else of this year, and I got to look back at last year's episode. But they showed 3 rooms.
Okay.
Usually there is 2, and the have-not room.
I wonder if they're going to do the conversion again like they did a couple years ago, where they had the one room and they're like, oh man, let's make this the have-not room. So
that is true.
I remember that.
Well, they did say they were going to have some twists this year. So
didn't they say there was a twist each week? Which is going to be...
Yes, they said.
So
they said
having a little trouble.
2-night premiere with twists each night. I went, this is going to be very interesting. And 2, how is this going to work out on the feeds for the people that paid for this stuff? Because if I got to look at fish for the majority of the summer, I'm making a trip to the state, because I'm in the state of Pennsylvania, in a town called California. But I digress. But I will go out and jump that wall if I have to, and I will beat some producers and go, stop it. I want to watch my feeds. And if I don't get to watch my feed, I want that chair now.
Just think of it as a relaxing fish tank app. where you just watch fish all day while you wait for Big Brother?
Yeah, but you have to hear that dun, that gets stuck in your head for the rest of the dun, 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 dun. See, it's in my head already.
You already know it. You already know it. I remember watching Big Brother Up All Night or whatever it was. This year, I think it's going to be on Pop Television, which was the TV Guide channel, renamed.
Yes. Now, do you have that channel, Bobby?
Yeah, I do. I have that.
Okay.
Big Brother becomes part of my sleeping habits. I can't sleep without it all.
Yes.
For the most part.
Yes.
In the summer.
Yes, I think they would call us super fans, Bobby, because we have this issue of from until September, there's nothing going on in anybody's lives like you and I that we sit and talk Big Brother. Why? We have to have a podcast because we got yelled at. Already.
We want to get to the cast here. What our initial thoughts on the cast? I know you watched the live feed with the live interviews with Jeff. I watched some of those. I didn't have time to watch them all, but I got a feel for most of the cast people. One thing I noticed this year from their profiles, they all sound like they're dating profiles, which is really odd.
Yes. I totally agree, Bob. I'm like, really, people?
Yeah,
it's like there's plenty of fish or something on you.
He enjoys walks on the beach, and her ideal man is this. Really?
Okay. I'm going to go down the list of people and get your thoughts on this. Jace, he is at 23 years. That's another thing. They're all pretty young.
He's the server guy, right?
Yes, he is, as I call it, last year's Hayden.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That type of personality. I liked Hayden last year, so he might prove me wrong. But
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna give this guy a chance, and I liked him and everything, but just to let everyone know, he did not make my top 5.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go into Miss Becky Burgess, the retail manager.
She seemed like
she seemed really sweet. She had a good sense of humor from the conversation she had with Jeff and everything. I liked it. And yet again, though, she didn't make my list.
Really?
I love her smile, but it's just something that says, you're not going to make it too long.
Okay.
Now, we're going to go into Mr. Clay Honeycutt, as I like to call him, Cody and...
He definitely has the southern name.
Yes, Honeycutt. Yeah. That is more southern than Jethro.
Honeycutt from God's green earth.
And I mean, I like the guy. He has this nice little pretty boy.
He's like a merging of Cody and Beast Mode Cowboy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so I'm going to be interested to see how he does on competitions. He looks like he could do very well on social aspects as long as he doesn't say at the end of the day, which if I remember his interview, he did say, and I went, ugh.
At the end of the day.
Now, the surprise of all things. Oh, yeah, and I did not pick Clay as one of my top 5. So, yes, I may like what he has, but I have reasons for my choices.
Okay.
Now, we're going to go for the surprise that kind of cracked me up, and he is on my top 5. Okay. Mr. James Hewling, the Asian cowboy.
Oh, that guy's awesome.
I love him.
It's going to be amazing.
Because you don't expect the voice that came out of his mouth.
He's like this year's Donnie.
Thank you. I was just going to say, he's the Asian Donnie.
Asian Donnie, which is great. You know?
And like I said, he is my top 5. He's in my top 5. Matter of fact, he's number 5.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm happy to pick him as 1, and I'm hoping he gets far. All right, my next one. Well, not my next one, but the next one on the list. Meg Maley.
Okay.
I watched it. Go ahead.
I didn't see her thing.
I watched the interview, and She's very bubbly and kind of cute. It kind of makes me giggle and I laugh. One, I also love the name Meg. And when she sat down, she had the haircut, honestly, like Meg from Family Guy.
Yeah.
And every time Jeff kept going Meg, I went, I'm going to enjoy this very much doing this during the live feeds.
Oh,
and she made my top 5. Why? Because of that bubbliness and
that's good.
Just because of the name Meg. Or as I like to call her, Eminem. And not like the white rapper, folks. Like the candy. Now, this should not shock you, but this person definitely made my top 5.
Okay.
And without saying much, you'll know who I'm going to introduce. He's a former NXT wrestler.
Judas.
Yes, Judas.
The whistleblower.
Yes, of all things.
Yeah.
I sat there, and when they introduced him, I went, this guy looks like a wrestler. And as soon as they said, former NXT wrestler, I went, I am good. So, yes, of course, he is in my top 5, only because of wrestling ties and the wrestling name.
He seems like a good dude, too. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in competitions and all that stuff.
Yes, he looks like somebody that should be homeless, though.
He's carrying around a top hat, which is cool.
That sold it for me, too. He's like, I will play, I am Austin. He's like, but if I have to, I will be Judas. I went, you win. So, Judas, a.k.a. Austin Madelson. Madelson, I think. I apologize, folks, for the butchering of these people's last names.
Oh, it's fine.
Oh. Well, our next person, Mr. John McGuire from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, boy.
When he sat down and went, okay, I like this guy. What's that, Bobby? Sorry.
The kind of local guy.
Yes, the kind of local guy, I think closer more to you than he is to me.
Yeah, I think maybe. I think.
And he's a dentist. He's a dentist. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's going to be that little nerdy kid with the little dimples and stuff. And he opened his mouth and proved me wrong, folks.
This is the loudest Big Brother contestant of all time.
Oh, I may have to turn down my feeds at times when listening to him talk. My God, you better learn to whisper, son.
In the interview, he was yelling, like pretty much yelling.
Yeah, Jeff had to tell him, dude, turn it down a little.
Calm down, you're okay. You're just starting out here.
So, I mean, I could think it was like nerves, maybe. I don't know. I hope that was just nerves.
He was saying from all the drills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the rock music. So he's a guitar player too. So
yeah. I'm sorry, Bobby. I play music for wrestling. There is a speaker behind my head. I do not scream. There is something mentally wrong with this guy, and that's why he is also one of my picks in my top 5.
Jeez.
So, we're going to go for the shocker of the year and very trending, knows how to do things correctly.
Good publicity for the show, too.
Yes, and good publicity, because you know where I'm going with this. Miss Audrey.
Audrey, not Aubrey.
Yes. I don't know how anybody could misunderstand Aubrey, though, because there's a D in there, folks. That's Audrey.
Yeah, she seemed nice.
So, yeah, when she sat down, I'm like, my God, that is a tall woman. And I'm in the chat at the live feeds, and people are like, she has an Adam's apple. I'm sitting there going, guys, quit being so mean to the poor woman. And it came out later, they were more right than I was. I'm sitting there thinking, she's a nice lady. Somewhat, now.
Well, more power to her. That's good. Good.
Yes, more power to her.
Good for humankind. And
yes, and I liked her. I liked her personality. She's a digital media consultant. So she had my love there, but she's not my top 5 yet. Because I might change it by next week. Who knows, folks? This top 5 might change from today till next Sunday.
Change by the time the show starts, because you'll see the people like work in and out of I'm thinking it's going to be a revolving door, the top 5.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I mean, Derek was one of my top guys
I
last year,
picked
but
Derek.
so was
I
Donnie.
picked Derek from right from the beginning. I thought he was going to win.
Yeah, Derek, Donnie,
I got to pick.
Caleb was one of mine, and so was
I got to win a pick, early pick for the winner this year too.
Okay.
We haven't gotten to the person yet.
Okay, so we're going to go to our next person, Stephen Moses.
Not him.
And even Jeff said it, and I said it when I looked at the guy. I went, "Aw, another Ian."
Yeah.
I went, "You're gone soon."
Hey, Ian was one of the best players on the thing. Didn't he win?
Yes, Ian won, and he was a Pittsburgher, but he lives in Louisiana, but he is a Pittsburgher.
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh. Yeah.
So, yeah, this guy's another Ian. And some of these people are saying they're super fans, so they look at this guy and they think, if he's another Ian, we got to get rid of him.
Yeah, that's
early.
true.
But
I don't think he's going to go in saying, well, maybe he will go in saying he's a super fan. Who knows?
I mean, he said from his thing he would not say he was. A lot of them said they will not say that they're super fans because they do not want to sit there and go, bye.
I mean, if you're on the show, you have to know about the show. You have to be some sort of a fan.
Yes, and it looks like for once they say a lot of people go for the whole recruitment instead of part recruitment and part applications. This looks like all applications for once.
That's good.
Maybe differently. Maybe Audrey might be a recruit. I don't know. But she also said she's a super fan. So, our next one.
Yeah.
A lady from Miami, Florida, Liz Nolan.
Okay.
Which is one of my top 5.
Oh, yeah?
And this was before, this was before I found out something that may be part of that good twist.
Okay.
She is a twin.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I did see her thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she has a twin. And I'm like, well, they've done that twin thing in season 5. And I'm like, well, it's long enough. They could do it again. And it would, not as well because she doesn't look as much like her twin like the 2 in season 5 did. So I don't think they could pull it off. But they could still bring the twin in to play against sister.
That's true.
Yeah, since we have 14 house guests this year and 2 slots that don't have anybody in it. But, yeah, she's one of the ones I picked because she's marketing and everything, and she kind of reminds me of Gina Marie.
Okay.
The way she talked and everything, I went, oh, maybe you're related to Gina Marie in some secret way. But it might be just a Miami attitude. Now, Shelly Poole from Atlanta, Georgia, the interior designer. There wasn't really much that impressed me about her. I liked her. Actually, I liked all the house guests so far this year, except for Mr. I'm going to put earplugs in when he talks. I like him, but I'm going to need earplugs. So, she didn't really throw much out to me as a house guest. But we'll see. She had a nice smile and very nice dress that she wore that I don't think she realized what it did to the way she was sitting. Because it was like one of those open-chested in the middle dresses sitting sideways. So all you're doing is sitting there going, I'm listening to the interview, but I'm distracted a little, folks. And so that wasn't my fault. That wasn't the camera's fault. That was hers. I'm not just kidding. That's Miss Shelly Poole from Marietta, Georgia. I wonder who else comes from Marietta, Georgia. But our next house guest, Devon Rogers. The first, the only black cast member so far on this year's Big Brother. I was okay listening to her, and she's a poker dealer.
Oh, really?
He is a world-famous poker dealer.
That's interesting, considering the other house guest that's in there.
Exactly.
Wow.
So yes, and
That's
that's
like one of
funny.
the twists.
I'm like, I like the way they're playing this year. They really amped up their game. Yeah, this lady's a poker dealer in Los Angeles.
Hmm.
So
I wonder if she might know the other
that's
house guest.
it's kind of funny you mentioned it, Mr. Bobby,
Hmm.
because our next house guest is Miss Vanessa Russo.
Hmm.
No relation to Vince Russo, folks, because it's spelled differently.
That is actually my pick to win it all this year. I think
and
I think she's
and
gonna
and I wonder why, Bobby. Why would you pick Miss Vanessa Russo as your
a poker player.
winner?
She can read
Uh,
people. It's just like Derek last year with the FBI thing. I mean,
exactly.
she can.
I think
I
this
think
is
she's
your
gonna win.
female Derek right
Yep.
here.
I think it's gonna be neat to see what she does in the game. And she's
As
already a millionaire, so I mean, she
yeah,
doesn't really need the money either.
yeah. I mean, you look at her though, but her only Achilles heel will be the poker dealer if she knows her.
Yeah, if she knows her, or if anybody else recognizes her, like she said, from
Yes.
on TV a lot with the poker tournaments and everything. If somebody's
Yeah. So
in the house, that could hurt her. But
right.
yeah,
So
I think she has a good shot though.
I mean, strange enough, she wasn't my top five though. I mean, only because I'm kind of worried. And like I said, this is you and I said this is going to be a revolving door of
Yeah.
my top five possibly by this time till next Sunday.
Mhm.
But she is in, I'll say, a top six then because I liked it. Now, as I like to call it, our what's the word I'm looking for? Our Frankie of the year, Mr. Jason Roy. And he's not as obnoxious as Frankie. No offense, Frankie, if you do catch us and watch us. I did like you. You're funny. And
Really
everything you did on the feeds was very entertaining. But this one is going to be very entertaining in my sense of, all right, he's the gay guy, but he's not over the top gay, as I like to put it. Which also brings me back to Miss Vanessa Russo, though.
Mhm.
We have, for the first time, like we said on the other house guest, we now have a gay house guest, a lesbian, and a transgender. So they're trying to take care of their whole LBG. No, I think I almost said something. Oh, no, that's right. LBGT community. So they're trying to pick up on everybody. And let's see. Yeah. My top five are from 1 to 5 for this week.
Okay.
Are John McGuire, Liz Nolan, Judas, aka Austin, Eminem, Meg Maley, and James Hewley.
I already got a nickname.
Yep. I gave him a nickname and everything. So, yeah, that's my top five and my thoughts on our 14 so far house guests that they will let us hear of until next week.
Yeah. All right. Since we're on the topic of the 14 house guests, who? Okay, if they bring former contestants back, who do you want to see back in the house?
Oh wow! I tell you what, I know a lot of people were saying they don't want to see Rachel in.
Yeah, I don't want to see Rachel.
Yeah.
Your sister.
Well, I know for a fact Rachel's not going in because you'd have to be sequestered to go in.
Yeah.
And everything. And she's been all over social media, and she's done the house guest interviews on her own show.
Okay.
So we know it's not Rachel. Derek kind of speculated last week when he did a live chat that he might be up to something if they get a hold of him. So we might see Derek come back in for a little bit. Maybe he might be one of those two special guests, though.
That's true. That's true.
But my two picks I'd like to see come in as the last two. I would love to see and only because they're so entertaining. I'd love to see Will and Boogie come in.
Yeah, they would be fun. I could see Boogie going back in. I don't think Dr. Will ever be back in the house.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Unless they do like a legit All-Stars one.
Yeah, which they've already been at, and
yeah, they've already done it. So
yeah. So well, maybe how about a Mike, Boogie, and Frank?
Yeah.
I mean, Bobby, could you see it? A former wrestler's son in the house with a wrestler.
Yeah. Oh, what was his name?
See, that would be interesting.
Yeah, Sid Vicious's son.
Yes. How about you? What are you looking for?
I know Dan Giesling's not coming back, but I'd like to see him again, even though he like won the last time. He's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah.
But it won't be him because he's been on too much. I'd like to see anybody from season 6 come back. That was my favorite. Like Casey or Howie. I'd like to see Jedi Howie back in the house.
I was going to say, oh God, Howie would be great entertainment.
That would be really good. And a couple people from the winter one that I think they got the shaft because they were like the odd season that was in the winter time, and they didn't get to enjoy the house in the summertime. And that was the couple year too, where everybody I mean, I don't know, but I think it'll be neat to see who if they bring anybody back or if it's just 2 additional house guests.
Yeah. I mean, this is definitely the season that makes me go, well then, I'm on pins and needles going, I'm ready. Come on, hurry up.
I wonder, since it's 2 of them, I wonder if they're doing the coach thing again.
That's what people were speculating also. Could it be a male coach and a female coach, and it may be male versus female?
Yeah.
Which then part of me went jokingly, where would the transgender go? Or where would the gay guy go? Or the lesbian go? I mean, that was just my 6th sense of humor, folks. It makes you go, hey, he's kind of right, but it is funny. But yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see another coaches where they yet again, because they did. I've heard some speculation of a lot of the twists might be of old twists from other seasons popping back up, and I'm like, hey, that would work. Like you have 2 coaches instead, and they get a chance of maybe halfway through the season, like the old ones did. Of hey, do you want to go in and play by yourself since you got rid of some of these people that you thought might have been, and your team did it?
One twist I
found out that didn't work for Dan very well.
Just let Zingbot in the house, just the entire time.
Zingbot as a house guest all summer, I think I'd be entertained. You may not see me on Tuesday night.
People would get annoyed real fast with that.
Oh, Bobby, what are you talking about? You know you'd love me all season because you're such a lovable fella. Zing!
All right.
So you had to hear our bad Zingbot.
Before we get too bad into the Zingbot impressions, I think that's going to do it for our first episode here. You heard our takes on the house guests. We want to hear yours. Hit us up on Twitter. I think it's @HaveNots Podcast.
Yes, it's just like our show. It's been a while, folks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
If you don't see, look for the cute little slash sign that says "Have Nots" in the middle.
Have Nots.
That will be us.
Where can they find you on Twitter elsewhere, though?
You can find me on Twitter at Hot Wheels HOTWEELZRWA. Bobby, where can they find you?
They can find me on @BobbyFJtown and @InsertCoinTB, which we host the podcast on Insert Coin to Begin, Boss Battle. And Wheels and I are both frequent guests or co-hosts, I guess you could say, on the Wrestling Mayhem show as well on live.sorgatronmedia.com every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock.
Eastern time.
Eastern time. Yes. So
Because some of our co-hosts are on that like
other time. Eamon
other time zone that confuse people.
All right, that's gonna do it for us this week. Till next time.